Hello and welcome to another auction purchase walk around. My name is Derek and this is Pacific Coast Autos auction purchase walk around of a 1990 Skyline GTR. This is the BNR 32 with the RB26 twin turbo engine. They're very popular imports to the USA right now, and this one, like pretty much all of the ones that we're buying, is going to the USA. This one is probably an above average example. The mileage on it is 111,343, but it's been very well kept for the amount of mileage, and so the condition is quite good. Let's take a look at the car compared to the auction sheet here, and we'll go from there. So the engine started up with a few too many cranks. It probably cranked about 6 times before it fired. So when the car lands in the US, please get that checked. It could just be that the car needs a little bit of a tune-up here and there. And looks like we're running out of gas or something. That's strange. That's the first time that has happened, and it's been running now for about 5.5 minutes. Okay, now the timing belt was changed in 2003, so 11 years ago at 95,036. Now take a look here. It's got 111,343 kilometers on it, right where my thumb is. And so the car has only gone 18,000 kilometers in 11 years. So not a lot of mileage on the car in the last little bit. This car is also a one-owner car, and so I guess the guy drove more in his car when he was younger. But owning the same car for 25 years is pretty amazing. Okay, so it's got the optional, maybe not optional. I've seen this red strut tower bar. I always assumed that it was a Nissan piece, but I could be wrong. But this one is very common for this car. Perhaps a dealer piece, perhaps it's aftermarket. It says Nissan Skyline manufactured by IBA on it, whatever that means. A little bit of peeling here and medium peeling on that piece. That's pretty much unavoidable. The oil and the coolant look fine, and there's no rusties on this area here. Probably the car was parked indoors, because cars that don't have much mileage, especially Nissan Skylines, they get rust on the strut towers in this section here. It kind of comes right here between this seam. And it looks like the engine's coughing a little bit too. We often get the cars with no fuel in them, and often the fuel has gone bad. Gasoline is not good for a very long amount of time, and so bad gasoline can make your engine not run well. So let's take a look at the rest of the car. Now, pardon me, it's raining today, as you can see, and so the car's wet. Not the ideal conditions to be looking at the car, but that's what we have right now. Okay, so it's 100% stock in every way, which is really nice to see, because the ones that were kept stock were usually driven by the people who are more responsible with their car. The exhaust is stock on it, and there it goes, running out of gas. 16-inch original wheels on it. The tires are pretty much dead. They only have about 1.5 millimeters or 2 millimeters tread left on them. The paint's in really good condition. It looks like it's been waxed regularly. These fog lights on the front I've seen before. I've seen quite often. I don't know if they're original Nissan. Let's see what they say on them. Ichiko, which is... Ichiko makes parts for manufacturers, so they could be stock. I don't know. Okay, so let's take a look at the auction sheet to see what this says. It's a 1992 Skyline GTR. Grade RA. RA means a small accident, and the accident was the front left panel here had been hit, and so this one has marks from being repaired. I'm going to turn the car off. Gasoline needles, like 2 millimeter or 1.5 millimeters or so below the E mark. Okay, so yeah, that front fender has been repainted. The repaint looks to be pretty good. No panels were replaced, and looks like our lines line up here. So it says front accident repaired, one owner car with original paint on it. Comes with the car's warranty papers, and that's how you prove it's a one owner, because the warranty paper name will match the name on the registration. Timing belt has been replaced. Full normal car. I'm actually going to put this inside the car so it doesn't get rained on. The AC... Pardon me. AC switch plate is not displaying properly. The dashboard part comes up right here. Seat rip and color fade. Seat color fade. Usually we see this on the back seat, right near the window at the top there. And the seat rip is right there, just a tiny one. Interior dirty and wear. Oil leak, I actually didn't see that. I'll go take a look in a sec. Wheels scratched, left baffle and left front inner panel dented or deformed. What it means is that it was damaged by the accident and then was bent back into place. But whenever you accident repair a car, it's always going to leave some sort of sign that it was repaired. And so the panel should line up there. But there is some kind of evidence that it's happened. And then... I don't know what this one says. My staff translates for the ones that I can't read, and so for the person who bought this, refer to the actual translation for this one here. I don't know. I think it says that it's been accident repaired car, but I don't know for sure. Anyways, onto here, small marks, a U1, U1, and a big A3 scratch. I'll show you that in a sec. And some A2 scratches on the side there. So, hide this in the back. I'm going to open the engine bay and we're going to take a look for the oil leak. Usually the oil leaks are very mild, not enough to make the car drip down onto the ground like my Toyota truck would do every day. And very often the leaks are in the areas that are quite easy to see. Unless it says on the sheet that it's, for example, underneath the car, then it would be an oil pan. Where's that hole? Can't see from where my head's holding it. There we go. Okay, so oil leak. We're fairly limited in what we can see here. And so, I can't see. But oil leaks are generally very mild, unless it says heavy leak. There we go, valve cover on the left side there at the rear is showing some leaking. And then this one here has the accident damage. If you look at it closely, it's still really hard to see any sort of damage. You can see some right here. See that part there? So, there it is. I'll show you the A3 on the back now. A3 is the biggest scratch that there can be. It's basically like somebody keying the car. It's right here and it goes from here to here. Now I do have a bunch of pictures just of this damage, as well as I got another video showing it. Okay, the car looks a little bit strange on standard suspension. Because the standard suspension is pretty tall. But as I said in the other video, that's just what these cars looked like. Back in the 80s, they always had this much tire clearance. New cars don't have that so much anymore. Okay, so nice to see this one's not cracked yet. So when you, oh, it's cracking a little bit right here. Okay, so what you want to do is lubricate this, because these ones commonly crack. And this one's coming out a little bit, just 4. Much better than most of them that I see. Steering wheel is strangely beautiful. R32 steering wheels only last, I don't know, 10 years or so. And so, this one's great. Seats are dirty, but quite good. I'll show you that rip there. And so, pinch that up, and you can be happy. It's soft still. And it's not peeling on the top, so lucky. Interior looks good for the mileage. Has been smoked in, but it doesn't smell terribly of cigarettes. There is a cigarette burn on the inside of the shift boot. Replacing this shift boot and this shift boot comes as a kit. You can get them here in Japan, or you can get the universal ones, and makes a big difference, I think. Dashboard part coming up. Ashes in the ashtray. Tape deck. Yeah, aftermarket tape deck. That's funny. Okay. Show the back seats here. Look to be good. Lots of stuff that needs to be vacuumed out inside the car, but when you buy the car from auction, nobody cleans the car first. I mean, some of the dealers will clean their cars before they sell them at auction, but it's not that common. Most of these are dealer trade-ins and they send them right away to the auctions. So, interior's dirty. I wonder how much this car would have sold for if they vacuumed it out first. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a couple grand more. Water in the trunk, right in here. And so, something with the seals. Now it did rain ultra heavy in the last 2 days, like typhoon style rain. And so water in the trunk is more likely to happen in that kind of rain than any other time. So that's going to be it for this R32. Thanks a lot for watching. We're going to end off the video right here. And if you like this channel, don't forget to subscribe because we've got lots of cars like this from Japan. So thanks a lot for watching and have a good day.